What up, er? What's going on this morning? Yeah, Curl Doctor in here, man. Just want to rep a little taste, man. You dig? Kick some of that D-Town funk to you. You feel me? I just recently woke up from a nap. I took it about 7 o'clock. You know, wrapped the taste with a few people. Did a little bit of retrospecting and researching, and you know, for the most part, I can say everything is good. Knowledge is good. Don't let people, don't let these toxic people online make you think that asking questions isn't good. If anybody try to tell you that I'm trying to get you to believe everything I say, call them a liar to their face. That's the last thing I want you to do. First thing I want you to do is prove me wrong. Now, if you're too scary to prove me wrong, just say that. I understand. I understand that the majority of the people on this platform is here for the destruction of man, but I'm not. See, I enjoy a good roasting session, a good battle, amongst men, real men, not little boys in grown men's body, but actual men. I enjoy a good confrontation. You see, because real men know how far to take it. See, when I drop individuals in the real world, when I was into that sort of thing, see, I wasn't the guy that came and kicked him in the face after I had him down. I wasn't that person in my most ruthless days. I was the person that said either get him before he gets hurt, or I reached my arm out and I asked you, are we done? Can we move on? Never was the guy that put you on your back. And while you trying to figure out what's going on, I come to your head and stomp on it or try to kick your teeth out. I've never been that guy. So when I walked away from my way of living, that wasn't something I was walking away from. I was never into that. So when you get an individual on here that only desire, and you go look at the track record and go look at the, what up though, CC? You go look at the past living these people been doing online. It's all drama. It's all drama. It's not trying to build man up. And you actually get people on this platform that try to talk you out of being peaceful, that try to talk you out of being conscious. And being conscious just simply means you're aware that something ain't right. You're just aware. If you into video games, you play stuff like Madden and 2K or NHL like I do. They have a bar on there that says awareness. And the higher you got that bar, the more your player or your creation reacts to certain things. You got a thing called hand and eye coordination. The higher that bar is, the more your creation reacts to certain things going on around the hand and eye. Well, see, when it comes to being cautious and conscious, There is no right or wrong. The only thing that's right is you being aware that something's going on, but I can't put an exact finger on there. I can give an opinion about what I think it is. I can give an assumption, but I really, when it comes down to the actual factual, I only can go so far with pointing the finger. So you get an individual like me come in and I say, well, I can go a little bit further than just saying it's an assumption. I got proof that something is a way bigger scheme that's going on. And it's not just a hunch, it's a fact. And when you do that, you get individuals that come out and actually get mad at you. Well, if you go back and look at my video, my second from last video, not the little 11-minute video, but the hour and 40 some odd minute video, you're going to hear people that supposedly don't like each other rough with each other's feathers every chance they get, but against peace, against the word of God, these people come together and become damn near lovers. You understand? Damn near blood brothers. You understand? Because they both got a common enemy. And that common enemy, I would guess, is much bigger than them. So you figure, let's join together and let's take on this common enemy. But see, let me help you understand something. When doing so, understanding that makes you look weak. When you have a flock of geese walking behind you that peck anybody that comes near you, that tries to destroy anybody that looks like they want to compete with you, it makes you look weak. Let me help you understand what I mean by that. See, when I came on this platform, and young Bree could testify to this, I don't care how much of a anti-scriptural person he is, he can definitely testify. Me, King Curl, made sure that under no conditions do you help me when I go against a bear. When I'm fighting a lion, I don't need you to spear him. I don't need you to throw the net over. See, this is what I did before I even got a computer. Before my coworker even got me the computer to do this, this is something I instituted. See, when you stand with truth, you don't need a flock of people to help you, to agree with what you're saying. All you need to do is what you seen me do on that live. Just let them get it off. A couple of my constituents say, why you let them just sit up there and You see, you got to let them show their hand. You got to let them show their hand. See, you can't just predict based off certain things said or because of certain attitudes. You have to let people hear things from the horse's mouth. And what that consists of is taking your licks. See, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. See, the Apostle Paul considered himself a good for nothing slave. And if you believe anything about his truth, the truth we're given concerning Apostle Paul, I'll tell you first, I've done nothing compared to him. So for him to consider himself a good for nothing slave, I'm less than that. The only true answer I have is that I believe in scripture. That's it. That's it. And when it comes to somebody tricking you into thinking that they're on your level, see, when they reveal their real hand, when they reveal themselves to you and you truly see their true face, it's on you to continue that communication. It's on you to read the negativity, the toxic that come out their bowel, out their mouth, from their heart. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to be around it. You don't have to read it. It's up to you. I promised myself I was going to leave my PayPal and I started off a different way, but I said I was going to leave my PayPal and my Cash App off my channel. I said that, if I found a group that I can identify with and we want to get into a good roast session, a good talking crap to each other session, we can do that on my channel. Because people going to get uplifted, hopefully. Hopefully nobody, if you find that group, you ain't got to worry about nobody taking stuff to heart, trying to touch your life in the real world. You ain't got to worry about that when you find people on your level. Because nobody cares, at least from this angle here. I don't care where you went to school at. I don't care where you work. I don't care who your wife is. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I don't care about your kids. That's your business. I don't want to show that stuff to everybody on the internet if you haven't done it yourself. I don't even want to do it if you've done it yourself. I'm not into little kid shit. I'll be 45. I'm looking forward. I'm not looking backwards. If I can't talk about your face, talk the way you build, talk about how you sound, talk about how you look, and we just keep it going there, on that level, type of roast. If we can't do that, we can't do that with each other. I'm sorry, you lost. And why I say you lost? Because you ran into a real motherfucker and you didn't recognize that. You ran into somebody you ain't got to worry about stealing from you, lying to you, trying to swindle you, trying to holler at your girl on the DL, trying to catch you slipping, trying to correct you every time you make a mistake. See, you ran into somebody that's real, come from the real world. See, as far as me, somebody bringing out my past, as far as I'm concerned, you're not going to do nothing but get me money. You're going to destroy yourself. I'm not here to destroy anybody but the devil. And I only can go so far with that. My arms only so far, only reach so far. But when you run into a person whose main motivation is to destroy and bring down man, you get away from that. You ain't got to stay around and build my channel. I'll go over there and chill with Vic if that's what I want. I'll go over there and chill with Chucky all day if that's what I want. I'm not cool with people agreeing with me when I'm wrong. Excuse me. I'm not cool with people agreeing with me because I disagree with somebody they don't like or somebody I don't like. See, I'm like my God. I don't like robots. I like things being done from the heart. And when somebody gives you, when you present yourself the way I present myself, and someone gives you their ass, they either want you to do or two things. They want you to kiss it or they want you to kick it. They're not giving it to you for no reason. So guess what I do, guys? I do none of it. Take it somewhere else. I really thought I had me a new surrounding. Like when I'm not over here talking about truth theories, because it ain't conspiracy no more. Everything the four people that talked about have come into fruition. So I ain't no conspiracy no more. I don't want to hear that shit. But when I'm not over here kicking and having conversation about truths or potential truths, Boo, get this door for me. Oh, my boo fell asleep. 1 second, y'all. And you know, Josh don't communicate with me unless he wants something. I'm on the live though.
Oh, okay. That's some good stuff.
Oh yeah. All right. Hey, take this with you, Fat Daddy. Put that on that armor for me. Hold it right. Yep. Okay. A real dude. You understand? You know the kind of dude you can drop your wallet and have boulders of money sticking out of it. You can drop it and the dude tell you, hey man, you dropped your wallet. I'm that kind of cat. And I can boast on that now. Because you know, at one time I wasn't that way. But since I decided to change my way, I've done that numerous amount of time. And I told you I'm broke. So it ain't like I can't use it. At work, people give me two, you know, they had their 20s or their hundreds together, and I get back to the car and I realize, dang, they gave me too many 20s. They gave me too many hundreds. See, I call them back and I go take their stuff back. And one of my sons questioned me one day, like, what the hell? They don't even know. It's the end of the night. Nobody called or nothing. I say, hey, nobody know. But the Most High do. He knows. And see, I'm going to follow that routine. I'm going to follow that routine. I'm not changing. I'm not going backwards. I'm not going to explore the things that I used to do because I simply know what's ahead when I do go that way. So when I get a young intellectual who I'm intrigued with, who asks some very good questions that really challenges the movement, and that individual shows you their true self, and it's something that you don't want to be a part of, it's something that you detest against, what do you do? I've seen people, you know, I'm from the hood, so, you know, people say, hey, you run from a fight, you a coward. And, you know, when I became a grown man, not when I was still a teenager, when I became a grown man and went back and read the Bible, I see that Christ did the same thing. Until he was ready to give up his life, until he had fulfilled all prophecies, he did the same thing. He ain't stand there and let people just mud pile on him. And it wasn't like one, you know, they do it like all the cowards do it. It wasn't like one stepped up and one said, come on, let's do this toe-to-toe thing. Everybody step back. If you get in it, I'm going to get you too, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like that. It was gang jumping. And these cowards wanted to jump somebody that wasn't even a fighter. Only because what he brought out his mouth. Only because their spirit couldn't accept what was coming out his mouth. They wanted a cowardly stone and jumping. And what did he do? He ran. He ran. He bust up. So, to repeat something else my master said, what slave is greater than his master? Now, if a conversation is about a conversation and not about man hurting man, not about man wanting another man to be wrong, as if that's anything to do with my type of conversation. Because I don't know if you know or not, I know Christ Council is familiar with it. But the type of talk I talk, a lot of people in the Kingdom Hall ain't cool with this kind of talk. You know, they're not going along with my kind of talk. So, you know, I don't know what wanting to be right has to do with my type of conversation, but to each his own. And I invite you, if you think that's what my channel is about, you need to find another channel. That's not what my channel is about. I'm trying to learn stuff just like whatever I'm trying to put out, I put out. I'm trying to learn new things. You got a cat that's a little bit older than my oldest son in here who have taught me things already. So it ain't like I'm not willing to learn. And in fact, he still got some things that I asked him to show me how to do on this platform. It's all learning. It's all conversation. It's all communication with fellow human beings. If you take it further than that, you're not on my level. I have people, we sit down and drink and we blast each other all day, talk about each other's mamas. Now we got kids. We don't never involve our kids in our talk. Not unless we calling our babies, each other's babies, our grandkids. But each other, oh man, we frying each other from sun up to sundown when we get the chance to. So I just thought I found something like that online. That's all. That's all. And yeah, you know, I can admit I'm heavily disappointed because I didn't think I'd come across that type of environment this fast. I didn't think so. I didn't think that. But I went back and did some research. And after I researched this young brother, I realized I'm not the first. Went back to the archives and checked out a few things that the brother put down. This brother literally has attacked people that was down with him. So, you know, me being me, I know we didn't come in contact with each other for no reason. I know this. So what I did after I realized that he was a cyberpunk, a cyber bully, I unsubbed from him. But after I did some research, looked into his archives and checked out his heart condition, I realized that this is just him. This is just him. This is just his personality, his attitude. And maybe I did run into him for a reason. Maybe it was a reason that I met him, and not just to meet another person that's into destroying other men. And right after I did my research, y'all, I went back and resubbed to him, and I won't unresub to him no more. I don't care if he subbed to me or not. I went back and subbed to him. Why would you sub to somebody that? Because Christ Jesus didn't hang with the people that knew everything. He didn't do that, especially not when it came to spiritual matters and matters of the law. He hung with the people that was gutter. He hung with the savages. But in doing so, we find out that the savages was the real people. They was the real, forgive my language, motherfuckers. They just simply kept it real. They knew they liked doing something that wasn't good, something that made them feel kind of messed up sometimes, but they enjoyed it. And they admitted, hey, I need help with this. I can't, And that's what Christ was attracted to. He was attracted to real, to truth. And I said to myself, if that's this brother's truth, what can I do to combat that? Now, as far as I'm concerned, I ain't shit. I'm broke. I don't have nothing. Nobody can sabotage. I don't even have an address. I don't have my name on anything. So sabotaging me would be kind of like sabotaging a ghost. Now, there is a way to put some realism to me. And to the world, it may be a humiliation, but it's a trophy to me, because in those mistakes were my greatest gifts. So it's a celebration for me to get it brought out. But I don't know if a person that's thinking like a bully will see that, and it will destroy them, literally, because it will lift me to the height of heights. But see, I don't want to volunteer that. I don't want fame on this platform. See, I don't listen. Once you get to a certain amount of fame, once you get to a certain amount of money in this world, and this is only to the know, the people of the know, they are going to come knocking. They are going to come knocking. If you're fly enough and you're convincing to get a huge following, and on top of that, get the bag, oh, they're going to come at you with a bigger bag. They're going to come at you with an even more broader following. And Lord help you if you attract that kind of attention. See, I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't want no fame in this world. I don't want to be right, youngster. I wish on a lot of things that I do say that's not concerning God. I wish that I wasn't right on a lot of these things. Like sports not being real. See, you people that ain't never played sports, and y'all know who y'all are, y'all never been into it like that or played, y'all don't understand what that did to me. Y'all don't understand it. But because it appears that I'm handling it well and that I'm moving, it look like I'm moving well around it. No. I sacrificed too many years to the game. So I'm going to always have an attitude. I'm going to always have a bit of toxic in me when I talk about sports, fake news. You're going to always hear some type of angriness in me when I talk about those things. Just like you people get anger when I talk about Jesus, that's what I get when I hear, you consider Jesus fake. See, I know your news and your sports are fake. See, you just think based off your programming. Because if you really did the footwork yourself, you'll see, oh, he real. But these people just been trying to look at me in a way, some different type of way. That's if you did it yourself. So I'm just letting my brother, that I see you now. But when you go off into playing that game, I got to cut you off, brother. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. I hope you understand it. I hope it sink in clear. I don't care nothing about being wrong. I don't care nothing about being right. My channel is based off my opinions, my life, my truth. It's just that I didn't went to a lot of people and I told them about my truth and they strongly disagree with it. That's what I hope for. But I don't hope that you strongly disagree with me and start trying to tap into my private life. Or should I say the life I haven't made known yet? I feel like I should be the one to present myself to this platform. If I want to show my cousins that own cab companies, that own salons, that own security companies, I should be the one to present that. Nobody should have to. Oh, look at this! Look at it! Look! Yeah. See, this is such and such. When I see that, man, I get my stomach turned, and that's when I go look at my guys that play the video game. If I don't look at my guys playing the video games, I go listen to Unplug. I go listen to Conscious Daughter. I go listen to a few guys that, man, just touch my spirit. Something real. And it make me feel a whole lot better. We'll talk, brother. We'll talk, but I presented myself to you. I thought I was expecting you and your people to chop me up like a Thanksgiving ham, and you broke my heart when you came with that other stuff, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. See, you think I'm trying to look a certain way. I'm coming at you. I'm coming at everybody in humility. Ain't nobody who trying to be right gonna let you know that he broke as hell. Gonna let you know that sometimes, well, it's been a long time since me and my wife was working. It's been about 2 years now, but when we was working, there was no such thing as me putting my game in a pawn shop to make sure certain things get done and stuff like that. See, I've brought that information to the platform because I don't give a fuck about that stuff. I just care about the way my household function. Stuff like that, it's nothing to me. But you get on this platform and you hear people, oh man, what type of nigga, never seen the real world. So, but the killing part, y'all, when I went back and I listened to my youngsters say, he let me know that this person I'm about to get ready and let up was a bug. Was a bug. Oh man, you letting it. But I did that because I knew the possibilities. I knew the possibilities. And I ain't snapped on, and you see, I still ain't snapped on Classic because Classic is more funny to me. When I snapped on Classic, those many times over there at the AOV, I didn't hear from him for a while. I kind of felt bad because the last time I heard from him, I was chopping him up. You know what I'm saying? So I can't chop him up no more. He's not, you know, when I think of classic, I think of a kid, and he might be older than me, but that's his personality. And he always, when I see it, unless he, well, a couple times he went over there with ZX and he was riding with ZX, but he always goes against the narrative of the show. So when I seen Buddy Buddy on their part, I say, "Oh hell, no!" I just wanted to let it ride. Like, let's see how far this gonna go. Let's see where it goes. Then when I couldn't let it ride no more, I wanted to let it loose. That's when I wanted to take it to my brother man's platform. Get everybody geeked up over there. And when I heard that little silly shit, oh no, man, no, I pass. I pass. But I'm over it now. I'm over it. Some things meant for us, y'all. Some things ain't. That's all. I'm good now. I just had my hopes high and got let down. It ain't the first time man let me down. Ain't gonna be the last time. But to all my people, how very few you are so powerful. So powerful. You're so powerful that they spend millions of dollars every day to distract you, to keep you off the prize. I was counting the minutes and the days and the seconds of when they were going to involve people of color into the war. And it showed when the second, third day where they talk about some Africans is trapped over there in Ukraine and they won't let them go. And I say, oh yeah. This when they get the color folks into it, with the so-called blacks into it. Hold up, let me do this right quick. Why talk to people about me when you can talk directly to me? Well, brother, you kind of messed up to me talking directly to you. You want me to address you? You want me to stop my show and what I'm saying to address you? I'm gonna do that, but I'm assuring you that it would have been best if you wait till I get finished doing my thing the way I do my thing. But since you want me to address you now and stop what I'm doing, I'm gonna do just that. See, despite how broke I am, despite how hard I breathe, despite the things that I don't have, I value me. I value me a whole lot. I think you ever heard a person say I'm a good catch? I think I'm a gold mine. I think I hold a foundation so solid that, man, if you're a real person, you can build off of it and become super powerful. I believe that because my foundation is built on everything that's good. I believe that. Anybody that ever took my words to heart came up. Everybody came up. Shame on them for forgetting what helped them come up, because we're going to see them fall together. Even though I pray for success for them, wherever whatever their hearts desire, you still have to reap what you sow. Ain't no way around it. And when you don't show respect or gratitude or appreciation for those who pulled you up when you was down, Understand, you just involved yourself, you just entered yourself into a loophole. And you're going to keep on repeating those things until you get it right. When they talk about black holes on the science level, this is what it's about. It's a hole. And yeah, you can find yourself out of it, but you got to put yourself out the way. You got to put your selfishness out the way. You got to put your own desires out the way. So yes, brothers, I'm talking to people instead of talking to you, because when I ended my show early and made myself available to you, you told me something that I'm not in agreement with. You told me something that I shun. One of my favorite content creators is the Cookie Monster. Another one is Tracy with the T. And see, even though people do these deeds to them, dox them, put their personal information out there, see, I still step away from their platform when they're repeating that deed back. No matter how much I enjoy their content, I don't enjoy that part of it. And I fully understand why they do what they do. I understand the world. Don't ever get that twisted. Don't ever get that twisted. I fully understand how the world feels on this level. You scratch me, I'm going to scratch you back. You slap me, I'm going to slap you back. I've lived by that rule the mass majority of my life, and still may be that way if I wake up on the wrong side of the bed that day. I am a work in progress. That statement is an understatement. It's an understatement. Slapper, bro, I'm gonna kick it with you. I'm gonna get with you. You can leave and come back, or you can start one, and I can gracefully bless your platform again. But I got something that I'm doing right here on my platform. And before I address anybody or put up my link, I'm gonna finish what I'm gonna do. You got something better to do, you can go and do that and come back. I'll still be here. I ain't going nowhere yet. It's only 12:43. I'm used to, just waking up at this time, and just so happened today I did wake up around this time. Okay. I mean, whether you are or not, I invited myself back to you, man. I opened up my invitation back to you right after I took it away from you, and that was just based off some real shit that I've witnessed and seen for myself. You tried it already? Just smell good. I gotta dump this out.
Limited edition, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see what that's about when you get it ready. So yeah, I'm gonna kick it with you, brother. I ain't, trust me, man. If I felt anything like you think I supposed to feel, I wouldn't even. You would have to use another account to come in here. But I was feeling that way. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm not into that type of stuff. Period. I was. That's why as soon as I subbed to you, right after I left your show, I unsubbed. But after I talked to my little dog and I did my little research, well, I did that backwards. I did my little research and then talked to my little dog. I just understood that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So, I'm not here to change the way you feel, brother. I never wanted to do that with anybody. I just want to change the way you looking at things. or get you to look from a different perspective. That's it. Now, if you change the way you feel based off that, that's on you. Oh no, I'm not a person that don't feel. I feel, bro. I feel. Better ask my wife. Okay, we'll get that done. We'll get that in. Give me a couple minutes. I'll drop that boy for you. If you got something else you got to do right quick, go ahead and do it, man. I'm selling down. Some people just came in my house. They selling in. And I want to hear what you talking about. And I want to hear what you talking about. So I got you. Son just stepped in from work and doing his little thing. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. I just did that. I ain't know I spilled that much until you just said it, though. That's a nice little bunch. Give me a hot second, Joe. Let me put on this little annoying, well, it ain't annoying to me. Is this it or is this it? Hot second, y'all. I'm getting my mic and stuff together. Put my damn mic somewhere else.
You got a mic now?
Didn't have a mic.
Oh,
I'm talking about my earphone. I'm gonna have to rethink that one. And see, I don't mind rude. But don't get mad because you can't take my rudeness back. I don't mind rude. Hold up, man. I'm trying to find my mic. Nah. I got one, but I don't want to put them in both ears. You know, my PlayStation mic, I just dropped that one boy in. Yeah, that little chewed up music. Yeah, it is. It is. Be honest with you, they got, but it's about 8 tracks, and it's only about 2 that's really tolerable like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like really something mellow you can vibe to. Yeah. Let me see. I'm only gonna put them on while I'm kicking it. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me turn this down.
It's cold up there, Grandma. Freeze. Yeah.
You mean open the window? I mean the door. Keep the door open.
I'm still freezing.
Put that heat on. I thought the last thing she did was turn it up on 80. I know my feet was cold upstairs before I came downstairs.
But that's what early
Yeah.
You gotta have a car to do DoorDash, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't mind nothing about the rude stuff, man. I'm used to all that, man. That's how me and Vince got cool with each other. This a mean old man. uh, Mongoose, he's a mean old man in real life. What up, though?
Yeah, yeah.
Mongoose, he's a mean old man. Uh oh, I hear echo.
Yeah.
What up, bro?
Hold up, that's my fault. That's good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was getting up here to tell you on some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Worry about out of me. You ain't did nothing devious to me to make me have to search up your information or anything like that. I know you hear the stories about me and you can see the videos and stuff of me doing all that devious shit, but if it's unwarranted, there's no reason for me to do it at all. You haven't given me no reason to even try to expose you or anything like that. We was just having a good back and forth. And to be honest with you, I just wanted to make you show a little bit of fear.
Fear for what though? Let me just say this part. I like I explained earlier. I have nothing, and my past is really nothing to expose. It's nothing. I've already told you I've been to prison,
Oh
been
yeah,
on probation and stuff like that. So, it really ain't nothing to expose.
oh yeah,
You
well,
know,
I didn't think there
it's.
was anyway. That's what I was saying. I'm not as bad as people try to make it seem like I am.
I hope not, man, because I had high hopes for you. I thought that me and you was gonna get down,
Check it, right?
and
You said you fear no man. So I made it my job as a troll to make you express a little bit of fear and leave the panel. That's
I
it.
feel, I feel, I got that.
That's what I'm saying. I
I
put it
got
on
that.
everything I stand on, my kids and all. You ain't got to worry about me exposing you. You might want to watch some of the people you hang with, though, because they have a sneaky way of getting to know people, then passing their information to somebody else so they can expose them and they can have a good laugh. I ain't
Right.
on that shit. And man, I got some credible people that can vouch for me on that. When I'm on my bullshit, oh, you'll know. But you got my word. You ain't got shit to worry about.
Bet that up, brother. Bet that up. Man, I had so many good Jones to go down on your show, man. I didn't forget all about them, man. I had to go rehash them up again, man. And when you hit me with that, I'm like, oh man, come on, man. How the hell I run into this type of shit?
But yeah, I put that on everything I stand on. Coming out of me, Slap It Dog, Terrence Bigsby, you ain't got shit to worry about.
Okay. Okay. And I fully understand what you mean by you don't care about the sub and all that stuff, man. You just, you was doing what you was trying to do and you accomplished that.
Yep.
You accomplished that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me your word too.
Yeah, I just didn't want
That
you to
mean
get
more than
no
the
more
cash
problems
out to
or nothing
me.
like that. Because, like I said, you came over with Christ Council and all that shit. So, like I said,
Yeah.
there's no reason to have no smoke with you.
And yeah, like he told me, man, when I asked him about you from the get-go, I said, man, just let your boy know I ain't serious about cutting him up and stuff like that. He said, no, man, he ain't like that. I said, well, I'm not gonna step out there with him because you introduced me to him. So I know he got to be cool for you to introduce me to him. You
Yeah,
feel what I'm saying? So
yeah.
when I ran to that, they kind of took me by surprise. I'm like, oh
Mhm.
man, he didn't
Yeah.
hook me up with
Now,
somebody that's on that bullshit,
yep,
man.
it happens all the time. Like I say, the people that talk about me, they don't like me for a reason. They've been on the shit list. They did some devious shit, so I had to fire back. Other than that, you can check my track record. I don't just be randomly attacking people on here like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I take your word for it, brother.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
look, when I resub to you, you know how you told me you be on every day.
Yep.
I was hoping to see that you was on live because I was gonna come to you earlier, way before
No,
I
I'm gonna
even
be
thought of
your
the show.
platform because, like I was saying to what's his name? I forget his name. That was on the panel the other day with us.
Bree,
Nah, the other one.
uh,
Lights.
classic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like the only reason I was talking to him the way I was speaking to him on your stream is because it was on your stream. On my
Right.
stream, motherfuckers be loose and reckless and all that shit. I show respect on other people's streams. That's why I was
Okay.
trying to calm and collected over there. Then you
And
got
you
your mind.
said that too. You
Yeah,
said that. Okay.
yeah.
I did hear you say that.
Yep. That's all I want to say. I just want to put it here and not be having, thinking that I'm over here plotting on you or nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I appreciate that,
my
man.
word is bond. So yeah,
I'll be over there to holler at you, man. And since you let me know you on the up and up, man,
yep,
your aggression won't be looked at as you trying to do no offline type shit. So
yeah. That's what I say. You
we
good?
good.
I
We good, brother.
promise. But all right now.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that.
You have a good night now.
You too, man.
All right now. Chill.
Man, see, that's real grown man build type shit. See, now, he let me know that the stuff that I was concerned about doing, the stuff that I won't repeat back, now I ain't got to worry about that. Now I can get blasted real good and it just be me getting blasted real good if I can get back and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Here you go, son. My fault. I didn't handcuff my baby boy Splip over here, y'all. 1 second. Yeah. Real grown man stuff, man. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I mean, because when it comes to combating like that, what I was accusing the brother of trying to do, I don't know how to go back and forth with that. It's just like getting into it with a homosexual. I know what could happen. I know what's the possibility. I would never disrespect a homosexual for the fear, and I'm saying it's just one reason, for the fear that they would try to fight me. You understand what I'm saying? And if I fight, if a person fight, they have the threat of blood being transfused and the possibilities that could hold. Now, not only that is a concern, but my creator don't tell me to disrespect anyone. He tell me to love. He don't tell me to disrespect a killer. He don't tell me to disrespect the drunkard. He don't tell me to disrespect uh, uh, the handicap. He tell me to move in love because he is love. So when it comes to dominating another man, that's a fight I'ma just lose because I can't do it. You know how niggas say, man, nigga breaking my shit, I'ma shoot it. I can't do that. There was a time in my life I could with no hesitation, but I couldn't do it now. I know I can blow this man back out and I see him carrying his 42-inch out the door. I could blow his back out, but I'm going to do that for a $200, $300 TV. I'm going to take his life because this nigga was dumb enough, fucked up enough, possessed enough to go in another person's house and take his stuff. And I'm going to take his life. And it will teach him a lesson. See, I'm not buying that one. I won't do it. I won't do it. Well, nigga, you gonna be a dead, then so be it. At least I ain't got to worry about not getting a wake-up call. And that's only if you believe in that sort of thing. See, I not only understand this, I understand it. Christ said those looking to save their life will lose it. Yeah, that part. What did he mean by if you to save your life, you lose it? And I don't mean no, listen, this is me talking to you. This is my take on what I'm seeing. Gladly disagree with it. When a lot of these people ran out here because they said it was something out here in the ether that can kill people, that can make people real sick, and we done rushed a process that can help you. We got all this other stuff that been going down, like diabetes, cancer, AIDS, sickle cell, and we ain't made no cure for none of that stuff after all these years. But in the process of a few months, we're going to give you something that has a core, under 100% chance of working. And see, I just asked the person, the individual with a conscious mind, I just asked them things like this. If you can come up with a cure for something that supposedly just sprung out in a matter of months, why haven't the cure for these other things been administered in all these decades? That's all I ask. So when you say, Curl, you went out there and got that jab, and I said, hell no, man. I hope you didn't. Oh yeah, man, I had to. Woo, 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 woo. See, why did you do that? Oh well, because they told me this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. So you basically did it to save your life, to make sure. Do you understand that the scripture you believe in say that no man can add to his life? So you think that the scientists and doctors can add to your life? You saying, oh, okay. So we gonna believe in the scriptures only up to a point. Okay, okay. I can understand that. Well, see, I'm not that guy. I'm not that person. And I'm not that guy that's programmed to say, "Oh, he a grown man. He gonna make his own decisions. He do what he want to do." I got my own family. This that. I'm not that person either. I'm that person that just hopped over that manhole in a dark alley in the middle of the street, or should I say, in the middle of the night. And once I realized that it's plenty of other people's coming down this alley, I'm not just going to go ahead and scurry away. I'm going to wait on the other half, or should I say the other part of that hole, the other side, and I'm going to wait for more people to come. And I'm going to tell them, hey, watch your step. You're about to get ready and walk into a black hole. Well, what you mean? I don't see no black hole. Well, brother, it's a black hole. I just had to climb up from it. I'm waiting here for a few people to walk up so I can warn them so they won't just fall in. See, I'm that guy. That's where I stand. I'm not no holier than thou. I'm not no this, that. See, people complicate your relationship with God. Classic Like said the other night, you got to be perfect. And see, understand, understand that type of programming has been put on you for the very purpose for somebody like Classic Lights to point that out. You do get the people that turn their nose up. You do get the people that make like you're not human and you're not supposed to make mistakes, but they believe in the scriptures because they've been going to church their whole life. And they will make you feel some type of way because you can't feel that. You don't have a overstanding with that type. How can I walk around and not make mistakes? How can I, if God gonna watch every little thing I do, why even try? If I'm gonna be judged for every little thing I do or don't do that's right, why even try? And see, that's why it's important for us to read the Bible for ourselves. It's all good with reading with people and understanding with people, but read and study the scriptures for yourself. Because there's a whole lot of things in there you're going to be surprised about. You hear people that's been going to church or wherever they've been going their whole life. You're going to see a lot of things in there that the Bible don't agree with, that they told you. One instance, don't question God. And see, when you look inside that book, you're going to find that God's attitude is exactly the opposite of that. And you want to know something else? Jesus Christ's attitude was the total opposite of that. See, they enjoyed questions, or I'm saying enjoyed. I'm speaking on in biblical times. They enjoyed that. You don't remember when God was talking about killing all the people that He just saved out of Egypt, that was making the statue of Baal, and God said He was about to get ready and knock all of them off. Y'all don't remember Moses saying, uh, going back and forth with God about that? God loved His creation to have a relationship with Him, not to just go along, get along. Because if you had enough doubt in you, if God chose you and you have doubt in you to question what He say, you think He gonna leave you hanging? See, when you read the scriptures, you'll know He won't leave you hanging. He's gonna answer you every time. Every time. See, with God, it's not about how much you know, how much you got. What matters to God is what's in your heart. And what do the scriptures say, y'all? From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So when you be wondering like, damn, how can this person say this and go this far? It's something in their heart. Do that mean they can't be redeemed? Absolutely not. But that's a symptom in there that has to be cultivated. Because it's certain things I cannot say that I could have said 20, 25 years ago. Probably felt like crap about it later, but it's things that I just can't bring out my mouth. I had to cultivate that. I didn't just snap my finger and it just happened. I didn't just say, okay, I believe in God, I accept Jesus, and it happened. No. That stuff came up every chance I get. Any chance somebody got to bumping my car or stepping on my feet or disrespecting me out in public. All that stuff came up. But you have to cultivate the stuff that you used to doing, that you enjoy doing, but feel bad about. You don't feel bad about it for no reason. You feel bad about it because it's something that has to go. You're growing. You're overstanding that the things I did 5, 6, even sometimes 1, 2, 3 years ago got to go. I just heard a replay on that, or I just did a replay in my mind on that, and I don't like the way that sounded. Mm-mm. If I ever get the opportunity to apologize for it, I'm gonna apologize because that just didn't sound good. No. Mm-mm. I can't believe I said that. See, you can eliminate those moments by just cultivating a different way of communication. I think that was so beautiful that the youngster came up here and hollered at me tonight. Because even if he didn't, I was still gonna go visit his platform and had a talk with him that I was planning on having with him once I did my little research. And look, when I finally opened up to this platform, at that point in time, y'all, there was nothing for me to hide. The only reason I didn't open up earlier because I was on a 19-year run on the case. So I didn't want to tell on myself by putting my face and everything on social media and getting tracked down that way. So I waited till I got all that stuff over with, and it wasn't me that made the decision to get it over with. I had turned myself in from the get-go. I wasn't about to keep on turning myself in over some stuff that was just straight up injustice. So when it finally got said and done, y'all, I talked to my creator about it. I talked to a few people at my job about it. And somebody I had just met say, I want to do something about that. That's how this story goes. There's nothing to lie about. There's nothing to hide. That's how this story goes. And when I finally opened up the can of worms is open. And when the issues, or should I say the life-changing sequences that occurred in my life get brought to the forefront, I'm with it. Because it's going to be very lucrative. It's going to be very Hollywood like, the realization of who y'all talking to and what we talking about. It's going to be very ground shaking, and it's going to be very beautiful. Very beautiful. And I wanted to open up my platform with that, but I came up with something much more pleasant than making money. Much more pleasant. I came up with just trying to save lives. Trying to show people that this way of God ain't the way we've been programmed or have been taught to observe God and worship God ain't what it is. It's not that technical. It's not that technical. These people actually thinking that they have to be perfect to worship God. Do you know you trying to worship God and making a mistake and going to God after you make said mistake and not returning to said mistake is worshiping God? Do you know you accepting who you are, how far your arms can reach, how tall you are? Do you know something as simple as that is worshiping God? See, but we've been taught you got to get on your knees and you got to bow down in front of this object and you got to put your head down. Yeah, prostration, earns things from God as well, but it don't earn you nothing in public. Earn you something when you in your room and nobody else is around. Said or probably your wife or your children or something like that, and you stretched out doing that to the Heavenly Father. Maybe that may be something uh, to learn from them, but doing it in public won't get you nowhere. Check out the 6th chapter of Matthew. And people keep on thinking you got to see one way. Why do you think the Gospels was made? Why do you think you got four different perspectives about one person? It's not merely just because he's the son of God. It's because everybody see things different. Everybody see things different. Everybody pay attention to different things. Some people may emphasize and pay more attention to the miracles. Some might have just held on to the little things that he was saying that people thought didn't mean nothing. But the person who was more interested in, who held on to it, it meant something to them. That's why you're giving four perspectives. And everybody specialized in, even though they had the same meat of the conversation, everybody emphasized on something different. There isn't just no one way to look at things. Now, when you talk about one true God, yes. When you talk about only one way to worship him, yes. What way is that? In spirit and in truth. So if you're moving in a different way than in spirit and truth, it's not worshiping God. If you're trying to get recognition, if you're trying to get notice, if you're trying to be seen, if you're trying to show off, it's not worshiping God. That ain't how it works. That's not how it works. That's why I welcome the conversation. I love the questions, Slapper, Bree. I love the questions that the people that don't buy into it come with, because in a lot of cases they can authenticate it and articulate it in ways that I couldn't when I was thinking in such a way. But when they come and they put it down the way they put it down, it'd be woo. And then you got to understand, y'all, from my perspective, it's always the same questions. It's just in a different, more understanding light. But it's always the same question. But the power of the mind, the power of perception, and the power of articulation says, volumes about these brothers. So I will always want them around. And understand this. Yeah, we may have come in contact with each other because there's some wrong that meant to be done to us in some type of way. But understand and understand this, that I understand and I won't perpetrate. When it comes to that crossroad, I will never be the person ever to hurt a fellow man. If I give you my olive branch and I say me and you, we together, you ain't got to ever worry about me turning on you or siding against you. I don't even care if you wrong. I will never dogpile on you. What I will do is get at you on the back end and talk to you away from all these people. But if I tell you we down with each other, I will never stab you in your back. That's one thing I can promise. No amount of money. If somebody give me an amount of money, I'm gonna hit you on the back end and say, hey man, this person just offered me $3,000 to cut you off. What you think about that? And I'm gonna hear what come out your heart. And I'm gonna tell you this. Hey, I will, if you want this money, I will cut you off and I will tell you off one of these grand. If you need it. If you don't need it, you already know I need it. But if you don't need it, I throw it off. I won't even entertain it no more. See, I would only go for it if you with me. I would only go for something like that if you benefit from it. I'm not gonna give you my olive branch and go against you. See, I'm not here for the dollar. But if presented, I will see how you feel about it. And if you feel like I'm insulting you by asking you, bringing this to you, I'm gonna apologize to you, and I'm gonna just not entertain the deal no more. Simple as that. That's what I'm about, y'all. In the cyber world and in real life. If I'm with you, I'm with you. So this person want to do this and expose that. That person want to do that. Be my guest. Be my guest. I can't listen. I can't control what's in other people. I only can control what's in me. Can't control nobody else. All I know, y'all, and forgive my language, when the fuck shit start, if it start, I won't participate in it. I speak on it like I did with the person that knocked off my beautiful donations I was getting. I spoke on it, y'all, once or twice, and I left it alone. Because guess what? My realization came back, me running my mouth. If it wasn't meant for me, I will not get it if it's not meant for me. And if it ain't meant for me, if I ain't get it, it wasn't meant for me. And I took that, and I've been moving expeditiously since then. Never had nobody online that looked out for me. Never had nobody. I ain't gonna say that, but it's been a long time since I had somebody that actually just did something for me without me asking. Long time. Give me the ashtray. First it happened with Mongoose, and then came my other people, and it blew my mind, you know. But I was able to come back to reality. I'm back to reality, and life is beautiful. Broke as hell. I'm having a conversation. I got people with platforms of their own that I can come to their platform and open up a conversation. It's beautiful, man. I'm not trying to be noticed. I'm just trying to, when I got my wife don't feel like being bothered with me. My kids ain't nowhere around. I can't talk their ears off. My few associates at work are doing their thing. I got a platform I can open up and got other platforms I can go to and say, hey, the hell with you, man. I don't like what you talking about. You know? And it won't be looked at as me trying to it be looked at as me just trying to mess with them, trying to get up under their skin. Won't be looked at as me trying to make them look bad. And then the fact of the matter, I can let the people know, hey, I'm just messing with him. I'm just willing to change. Or just have a straight up good conversation. This is like a relaxer for me, man, because I'm in a drama. I never been a strictly peaceful movie type of guy. I always liked action movies, with my entertainment. My sports always favored the aggressive sports over the non-aggressive sports. Always been a football, well, should I say a hockey football guy. Excuse me. I was in the hockey way before I was even in the football because of the aggression. See, in hockey, y'all, you get a good player on your team that's about 5'6". You get a big guy on the other team that play the same position. They got to check him. He just bully him, right? So in hockey, they got it where your big guy on your team can come interfere on the guy that's trying to bully the little guy. And your big guy can mush him in the face like, they protect their players. Especially if they're real good. Well, they protect them anyway. I ain't gonna say that. But if they're real good players and they know what the other team is trying to do, trying to throw them off his game, they send their goons at him. And I've always been attracted to, the aggressive kind of sports. But yeah, I appreciate the young brother. I appreciate it in more ways than one. And I appreciate my young dog, you know what I'm saying? He hit me up and just let me know everything was cool, Don't look at things like that, man. Hey, my man wasn't saying this type of stuff in that way. You know what I'm saying? He was just trying to, get up under your skin. I said, yeah, I kind of figured that. I told him I had been kicking back, looking at a few videos just to make sure I'm not drawing the wrong conclusions. And I overstood that. You know what I'm saying? Said, yeah, that's what's up. I probably was wrong about what I thought. I like to, call me silly, y'all. But I like getting attacked from all ends. I like trying to escape a good beat down, trying to battle through it. And I seen women, and I ain't gonna say just women. Y'all call me what y'all want to call me, man. But I seen the Cookie Monster do this, man. And when I seen her do this, man, she did it for hours and was just savage, just like. And I'm talking about everybody that hit that link was just coming at her, just trying to rip her a new ass. And she was just like, and I'm thinking, like, how the fuck can she even still talk? She been hollering back and forth for hours. How can she even still talk? So after seeing that, y'all, call me stupid, man. But if I got the right amount of people, they gonna battle test me. They gonna have me even more ready than I'm already am for the real world. And I'm just praying I found that group of people, you know what I'm saying? This early. Because if I find them this early in my YouTube, whatever you want to call it, that's a beautiful thing to me, man. Salute the young slapper dime, man. Salute the Christ Council. Appreciate y'all brothers, man. Appreciate the battles. I appreciate all of it, man. The knowledge, the questions. And I ain't said the other day, but shout out to Classic Lights for visiting my channel. Shout out to you boys, man. I just felt like I should just make this PSA, talk about a few things, point out a few things. A lot of cases, y'all, I'm glad to be wrong. Somebody can prove me wrong on a lot of this stuff, including the validity of a real God. I'll go for it. I'll go for it. Trust me, I didn't fail for it a few times. I ain't no stranger to it. But yeah, man, this show lasts a little bit longer than I thought it would. 1:30. I was planning on going over there, seeing what he was doing before he popped up over here. And I was gonna have the talk that me and him had, on his show. But I'm gonna say that for another day and just pop up there. Just I don't care what he talking about, unless he on somebody's head, about to pop it off. I'm just jump up over there and make my presence known over there. But understand this, y'all. It's people just like Mongoose who believe the same thing that I believe, but we disagree on a lot of things. That's why I try to tell y'all I'm different. I'm different. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I'm just trying to share my overstanding on certain situations. And just recently, y'all, and I hope that y'all get a hold to him. I hope y'all find his channel. His name is Unplug Him. I found the guy, man, that literally everything. See, he's way more versed. He's way more articulate. He's much older, and he's much more studied than I am. And he break this stuff down so beautiful, man. I would gladly appreciate. To hell with you should. I would appreciate that you go to his channel and research his videos. So much information, man. So much love. And the love is in the information. The truth, the love is in the truth that the brother dishing out. He was a cat that used to be under the tutelage of what's the guy who Pharaoh and them used to be not Pharaoh, but the guy who's on trial right now. York. He was up under that programming. But see, he was one of the ones under that program and that was really actually listening. He was really actually studying and researching. And you can hear it in everything this brother talks about. Make sure you guys subscribe. Let me see, can I do it? Can I put it in here? Because I mean, if I see a gold mine, y'all, and I'm getting gold out of it, I'm getting riches out of it, I'm not gonna not tell my people. I'm gonna tell my people, hey, hey, it's some gold over there. Go get it. It ain't gonna be over there for long. Go get it. Because this information he giving out, y'all, there's no way in the coming years ahead, there's no way it's gonna be allowed to stay on here. He's doing it in such a laid back and honorable way. Oh, and another person too, y'all. Uh her name is Conscious Daughter. Conscious Daughter, y'all. I'm looking for they I'm trying to find their stuff now so I can link it in the thing. View channel. Okay, here you go, y'all. Okay, here I come, y'all. I would be a real sucker if I didn't do this, if I didn't point y'all over here. I would really be a real sucker. So I'm about to do it I'm about to do this just like this. Please go over there and get some of that gold. And you hit the brother and you ask the brother if you can use, some of his teachings, if you can, and the brother actually get back to you. The brother actually get back to you. I mean, beautiful, y'all. But I would be less than a man if I didn't, put y'all up on this. Now let me find baby girl too. Baby, I gotta give y'all this guy here. Gotta give y'all this guy here. Powerful. And look, y'all, these brothers here, powerful, man. They have a whole different way of teaching. Whole different way of teaching. That's so beautiful, man. I learned so much from these guys. And the beautiful part about them, they don't just tell you things, they give you access to these things. Let me get this out of here. Oh, somebody already hit. Appreciate y'all. One more for y'all. Please go get this food, y'all. Y'all will not regret it. Y'all will not regret it. And there's a lot of other people. Uh, what's the past I listened to that past? Uh, Fed. Do you remember that past I used to listen to?
Talking about the ministries or
What? Yeah.
I can't remember the rest of it. I just know that part. Darwin something.
Yep, brother Darby.
There you go.
Brother Darby, y'all. Oh man, beautiful. And look, we don't now when it comes to Brother Darby, it's some things that he draw back on that I don't agree with it, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him before his demise. But oh, so beautiful, y'all. So beautiful, man. His way of teaching. And see, y'all gonna know why I like Darby. He's kind of aggressive. He's aggressive. I like his aggressive. I used to be into the other guy that talked like uh I remember his name in a second. He talked like a guy from the movies. Okay, let me just type her up. Give y'all this one more, y'all. Just one more. Yep, here she go right here. Yeah, y'all benefit yourself. And they say the game is to be sold, not told. Check it out, y'all. Y'all done bought it because y'all paying y'all cable bill or y'all phone bill. So when they tell you the game is to be sold, not told on this platform, just say, "Hey, I paid my bill. That's the reason I'm able up here to talk to you right now. Or listen to what you saying. You understand? Talk to them like that. But other than that, y'all, please check these people out. They have years of work put in. That is the top two. The top two. They have years. Conscious daughter. I really just not hearing about her. Um, about a year or two ago. Beautiful work. And listen, what you understand about people like Conscious daughter, to my understanding, she's not into the Bible type of understanding. And I could be wrong as far as believing in the Bible. But see, truth is the truth, whether you believe in the Bible or not. The truth is the truth. Ain't no shaking off the truth, y'all. And I'm a lover of the truth, even at my own demise. Even if it means that I'm an absolute bunglehead, whatever that means. The worst name you could call me, it still won't change the truth from being the truth. And it still won't change my infatuation and my love for the truth. I love it. I tried living the liar life and I tried that and I felt so empty. I always see, I understand why these people in fame get to the point of doing stupid stuff or trying to OD or kill themselves. I understand it. Always feeling empty, always feeling like something missing, knowing you cross roads that you can't go back on, or thinking you can't go back on. Sometimes, y'all, sometimes, to a certain extent, You got to let go of your life and you got to let God. Let him prove how much he think about you. Just little old you, not us, but I'm talking about you as an individual. You'll be surprised. You think these people spend millions of dollars to trick you and lie to you because you don't mean anything? Do you honestly believe that? Do you think these people spend billions of dollars to disprove the Bible because you hold no value? See, understand you're everything. Even the lowest person walking around. If that person is able to hear and see, is able to perceive, you're everything. You're everything. I hate to use the expression pawn, but as long as you're alive, you're a person that's able to be moved either positively or negatively, either the good way or the bad way, either to the right or to the left. So as long as you're in existence, you're everything. The powers that be know you're everything. That's why they're going through all this to control you. They literally want to control you. They're doing a good job without the wires attached all to you, but they want to take it a little bit step above that. And they want to use technology and manipulating your moods and manipulating the way your brain function on its own. Understand the brainwashing we up under. It's well over 2,000 years old. Well over 3,000 years old. What did Christ say? He said, "Forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they doing." Now, how you figure they don't know what they doing and they alive and you hear them saying, hollering and saying what they saying? How they don't know what they doing? Well, they were and still is up under a extensive amount of programming. And they even showed some movies where a few people was in the crowd going against the people that was saying kill Jesus, and they was slapping them, chasing them away because they had the power to do that and get away with it. Yeah, you may believe it's a lie, you may believe, and a lot of times you're right. In a lot of instances, you're absolutely right. They did change the way some things were said. They did change the way some things were written. They did change this. They did change that. But see, it's one thing they can't change. It's just like the Gospels I pointed out earlier, how everybody seen something different, but they all had the same meat of the story. See, that's the same exact thing that happened with the manipulation of the Bible. They changed. They took the name of God out over 7,000 times. Now that right there was a big enough, molestation of the Bible to me. But see, they went even further than that. They took God's name out over 7,000 times. They added words like the Trinity in there. They added stuff like the rapture in there. And it's not in their original writings. You can go on Google right now and look at the translations, and you can see for yourself that it was added, that God's name was taken away. But see, the scripture helps us understand that there's a one-eyed shepherd, whom is Satan. And see, he only see things one way. Where did you think all this one-eyed symbolism came from? Oh, you thought because they told you it meant this, and the people that worship that stuff told you it meant that, you thought that was all. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if that's what you accept, that's okay. But see, when you go pick up the scriptures, you can see before Christ came, this description was given. The one-eyed shepherd. And see, you understand by now, especially if you're around my age or the age of just knowing things, you understand when you close one eye and you looking around, you don't have the same, your sight is not as effective with just one eye as it is with two eyes. Because with the two eyes, you can see things, in perspective, in different perspectives. With the one eye, you only got one, maybe two. So the one-eyed shepherd, when manipulating the scriptures, and trust me, pretty soon he's going to get rid of them, period. But when manipulating the scriptures, he forgot to take out stuff like Noah, like Elisha, Joshua. See, because they took the name out over 7,000 times, right? But see, God's name is still embedded in his prophet's name. So now you understand how they can manipulate it, but they can't stop God's word from getting to the people that wants God's word. See, everybody don't want God's word. A lot of people thought they wanted God's word. And when God got to talking about stuff like adultery and stuff like that and fornication, they hurry up and threw that book down. Got a nigga that pay his own bill, got 3-4 cars, but he like to get shit drunk on the weekends. When he ran across that scripture that said no drunkards can enter the kingdom, he hurry up and put that book down. Now you mean tell me I'm doing all this and all that, but I do this one thing and I can't get my ticket cash? Oh no, I ain't trying to. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. You got one guy, all he do is show love. You did? All he do is show love. Only thing he like to do is have his little menage a trois, have his little sessions, what I'm saying, when he get a chance to with 3-4 different, females, either together or, at different times. He thought he wanted God. He got to that part about that fornication being on the same level as a murderer. He's like, man, I'm just having innocent, respectful relations. How do I suffer the same consequences as a murderer? No, I don't want that. I don't like that, man. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. Some people claim they want it. Some people say they want it. And when they get a good mouthful of it, you understand? Oh, how quick them attitudes change. Now we got to find everything wrong with this book. We got to be petty about everything. I can't do what I like to do. No. No. See, I've been down that road. And one thing that always stuck out to me, y'all, and when Christ say you have to be born again, he always forewarned that what the born again, what he mean, friends, by born again is you got to let all that stuff go, and you got to learn how to do things all over again. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said cultivate. When you recognize somebody put that mirror in front of you and you see that coal in your eye and you know you got to get it out, when you see it, you take care of it. You don't just say, "Oh, I'm straight, man. It's just some coal in my eye, man. I ain't tripping off that." No, you go back to the bathroom, you know, put that heat on that rag. You understand, and you get it together. You have to be born again, meaning that old you got to die. And trust me, it be dead, but the world got a way of resurrecting. So you got to be protective over that. You got to be on a watch of that old self coming back out, like I have to do every day. And it's hard, but it gets easier. It gets so easy you don't even recognize you doing it after a while. It's hard, y'all. It ain't easy. It's a fight. It's a fight. Quit letting these people think because you choose God, because you choose Jesus, things just gonna be easy. Now, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. Things ain't gonna be easy. Certain things gonna get a lot less technical for you, but when you choose this fight, man, people who hate each other join together against you. And this ain't to my people. I told y'all that it has happened plenty of times. How people who don't like each other join together when it comes to going against Jesus. Mm, I'm sorry, y'all, going against the scriptures. It happened in school. I went me and my guy I grew up with. We went to Job Corps. It happened in there. It happened in prison. It happened in jail. Listen, I'm not new to it, and I learned back then that if you sit back and you let the people get off their gripes, then you can understand the real problem behind it. And you always gonna find it's gonna be people that like to do stuff that God is not in agreement with. And listen, God never told you you couldn't do what you couldn't do. Uh, Before I get to that, let me take y'all back before I even get close to ending this show. Let me take y'all back to Daniel. Do y'all remember when the Hebrew boys didn't eat from the table, asked to be fed other food? See, the thing about that is they could have easily ate from the table, and God wouldn't have disowned them. But see, they were young men that were trying to position themselves to actually be used by God. See, they wasn't okay with just reading and just making sure they pray and making sure they don't bow to idols. They was trying to be used totally by God, even to the fact of feeding. You don't think these young Hebrew boys didn't like meat? You got another thing coming. In fact, that's the reason they had to pray about it, because they did like these things, but they know where these things had came from, and they didn't want to get tainted by that type of spirit, because you are what you eat. See, in them opening up to God, letting him know how they felt when they talked to the guy about changing their diets, you know that this was a temptation for them. But they found the way out of it. See, they had the desire not just to know God, not just to talk about God, but to actually be used by God. See, when you take a baby step, God takes a step towards you. And God's step is way more ferocious than your most vicious step. And as you can see, as you go through Daniel, you can see that not only were they trying to present themselves holy to God, that they accomplished that because God used them. He used them in a way where we're talking about it in 2022. And he used them to show that nothing on this earth that he created is greater than he. So when those young boys got through and that fire that was so hot that it killed the man who threw them in there, when we understand that they looked in there and those men were very much alive and comfortable. Not only that, they were called out of there and didn't smell a bit of fire. See, understand that didn't happen because they were just handpicked. See, they took the step to present themselves holy, usable. And when they did that, oh, we're talking about them in 2022, y'all. And you know the majority of the world saying, man, I don't believe nothing like that. That book, that white man wrote that book, and I don't believe that stuff, man. That's Disney stuff right there, man. But I believe it. And I know it to be a fact. I haven't seen things on that level, but I've seen things that I can't explain. A lot of us have seen things we can't explain. And the last thing we think about is God. Because the mass majority of us don't believe there is a God. But yeah, y'all, I really enjoyed just flowing tonight. I dropped that link. I don't know if it. No. We didn't get too many. Uh, you know, uh, see, I'm really not nobody to be challenged. Because I mean, I just don't want people to think that worshiping God is as complicated as the world try to make it seem. That's it. That's all. I want the world to know the truth about the Most High and the truth about Christ. Christ didn't come down here and suffer and walk around in flesh for no reason. He did it out of love. He wasn't made. He wasn't forced. I mean, you have to understand that. Don't believe that it's real, but just look at the spirit behind something like that if it is real. If it is real, y'all. Okay, don't believe it. But let's just say for the sake of matter, let's say this is a good movie, a good storybook. Ain't that an admirable move? Ain't that a loving suggestion, a loving gesture volunteered to do something nobody his kind have never done before. Die. Die. Give up his life force for the sake of saving many. Appreciate y'all letting me get my rant on. Let me get my thought process on. It's gonna get a lot more dynamic, y'all. Trust me. It's just a few things I'm still figuring out. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of work I'm gonna do, y'all. I'm still trying to figure out how to get more extensive on, my issues I talked to y'all about. I talked to CC and them about on my last hour 40 something live. I'm still trying to get organized on that and what I'm gonna do. It's gonna get more dynamic, y'all. I'm gonna do episodes instead of lives. It's gonna come down to episodes. I just want to get an even ground with my twos and fews, so that we can understand and understand each other, so that we never will cross heads. Long as we know, those of us that believe in Christ, that we're nothing and we don't matter moving forward. Long as we understand that, long as we can humble ourselves to that point, then we good. I'm not about being right. I'm not about knowing everything. Every time in my life I felt I knew everything, I found out I knew nothing. I'm not about that. I'm about, being grown, exercising being grown. You understand what I'm saying? I'm into that. If you don't want no fuss, you ain't got to have no fuss. But if you feeling bad and you need to get something off your chest, I want to have a platform that you can do that with. If you get too obsessive, I'll let you know and try to calm you down, things like that. But that's what we were supposed to do with each other. We were supposed to come to each other with our gripes. Those of us that, call each other friends and brothers, especially those of us that's brothers in Christ. See, they had it where they got it in the Catholics, that all these people just talking to one man. No, you supposed to talk to your brothers. You supposed to get that love, that lifting up from your brothers. And then if your brothers couldn't lift you up, that's when you go talk to the religious leader, the spiritual leaders. But it was always supposed to be you and your brothers, your family, that, when you had a thorn in your flesh, you had somebody that you could talk to and get that, together, get yourself together. Not no stranger. But I appreciate y'all. And right now I'm not paying for my stream yards. So I've been like very iffy until I can get a way to I can solidly pay for my stream yards. So I've been trying to make sure I stay up under 20 hours a month. So that's why I'm not going on as frequent. Myself, I would do it like every other day. But I tried that and found out if I ain't paying my stream yards, that ain't gonna last too long in a month long period. So when I'm able to do that, y'all gonna see a different way of doing things. I'm still trying to educate myself on editing, as y'all seen my last that bootleg crown on my still picture here. I'm trying to work on that type of stuff, man. I'm still trying to take the baby steps appropriate for moving, for getting good at doing this stuff, y'all. So appreciate my people for bearing with me. Appreciate everybody for coming through, rapping the taste for me. with me, I should say, and listening to me. I appreciate that. And once again, I'm always say, with your spare time, just try to do as much good as you possibly can, because when that good come back to you, you're gonna be wondering where this come from, how this happened, why everything going. It's because you put it out there first, and you're gonna get it 100-fold back. That's why. Don't be like us that spend so much time in our life putting the bad out there, and then when that bad come back to us, we talking about why me, just because we didn't left the bad alone, we doing other things. You ain't got to go through that. Now that you know that you'll get it back, don't do bad. Not on purpose anyway. Do good. Learn how to love. Some of us don't know what love is. We wasn't raised on love. We was raised on things, material. And people think because they got you on a material part, they take care of your material part, that just automatically mean love. That ain't the case. Two different things. Providing and loving, two different things. So if you don't know what love is, chapter 13 of 1 Corinthians, read that, research that. Put it up under a magnifying glass. If ever there could be a definition for love, it's that entire chapter. Hold that chapter near and dear to your heart. And every time you think you're not moving right, you can go check it right there. Check yourself just based off that chapter. But I appreciate y'all stopping through. I ain't used to seeing this many people on that eye up there in the corner, y'all. I ain't used to seeing that many people for a nice period of time. So appreciate y'all stopping through, man. And I hope the next time I come on, we can have a good conversation, a good battle. You know what I'm saying? As far as talking about the stuff that do matter. The stuff that's going on in the real world. Versus just trying to tear each other apart. Uplift, help make each other day, etc., etc. That's what I'm into, y'all. I see enough of the other stuff, the opposite of that, all over YouTube. So thank y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute. Love y'all and hope that y'all have a beautiful the rest of y'all day. Peace.